Hi, this is Professor Salazar. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can install a Pi-hole and how you can use it to block ads. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to open up my Ubuntu machine. And the first thing I'm going to do is update. So I'm going to type in sudo apt update. I'm going to type in sudo apt upgrade -y. And I'll be using my browser and giving y'all some examples of some sites that you can go to test out the Pi-hole and see if it actually blocks ads from popping up. Okay, so I'm going to install a tool called curl. Sudo apt install curl. And it says that curls is already installed, so I'm going to type in sudo curl-s, capital S, capital L, space https://install.pi-hole.net space pipe space bash. And what this is going to do is going to use curl to download this bash script from this website so it can install Pi-hole for me. Okay. It says the installer will transform your device into a network-wide ad blocker. I'm going to click OK. Pi-hole is free but powered by donations. I'm going to hit enter. Pi-hole is a server, so it needs a static IP address. So for the purposes of this lab, I'm just going to set it up to use a dynamic IP address. I'm going to click continue and enter. It's asking me for an upstream server, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Google's, and I'm going to click OK. There's a third-party block ads list, and I'm going to click yes. Do I want to install an web admin interface? I'm going to click yes. Do I want to install Light TPD? I'm going to click yes. And would I like to enable query logging? I'm going to click yes. I'm going to show everything and click continue. And when this is done, it's going to show me an address that I could use to connect to the Pi-hole's web interface. So I'm actually converting my Ubuntu machine into a Pi-hole. And I'm going to use its DNS, its IP address, and plug it into any DNS servers, and that'll allow me to block ads. So right here, it gave me a temporary IP address that I can use. So I'm just going to make note of the temporary address that's been set up for me. I'm going to click OK. And now what I have to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up a browser, and I'm going to go to my Pi-hole's web admins interface by typing in 172.21.219.132/admin. Okay, so this is the Pi-hole's admin interface, and I'm going to use its temporary password to log in. And now I'm logged into the web interface for Pi-hole. Okay, so right now I don't have any active connections. Nothing's actually being shown to me because I haven't connected my Pi-hole to any DNS server. But what I plan on doing is I plan on using my Pi-hole's IP address and connecting it to any DNS server's network settings, and that'll block my unwanted ads from popping up on any website. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back to my Ubuntu machine, and I'm going to install a tool called Unbound. So I'm going to type in sudo apt install Unbound. Type yes or Y to continue. And I'm going to go ahead and create a configuration file for Pi-hole. So I'm going to type in sudo nano/etc/unbound.conf.d/pi-hole.conf. And when I click enter, it opens up this blank configuration file. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to another website on the Pi-hole documents website and go over to an Unbound website where I can plug in some configuration for this file. So I'm going to go to this website called docs.pi-hole.net/guides/DNS/unbound. And on this website, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to look for the configuration file. And it's actually right here. It starts with server. And it's a pretty big file, so I'm going to go ahead and click copy. And then I'm going to paste it into my Ubuntu's configuration file. So I'm going to click Control-V to paste. And nothing needs to be changed here. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Control-X, Y, and Enter to save my changes. And then I'm going to restart the Unbound service by typing in sudo service unbound restart. Okay. Now, I'm going to see if my dig command works to give me some information on this Pi-hole. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. I know that as I'm looking at my web interface, it's not actually displaying anything for me right here. But that's okay because there are no clients that are connected to it right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if my dig command works so I can see more information on my Pi-hole. Dig. I need the name of my Pi-hole computer here. It's not actually pi-hole.net, but I'm going to try doing this. Dig pi-hole.net at 127.0.0.1 space -p 5335. And it actually shows me some information here. So I do know that my Pi-hole is up and running, and I do know that it's using port 5335. So that's a good thing right here. What I want to do next is I want to go over to my network settings and make a change on my DNS server so that it could start using Pi-hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my network settings. I'm going to open up my current connection, which I'm using Wi-Fi right now. If I go over to Properties, TCP/IP version 4, and change my DNS server's address to my Pi-hole's address now, I'm going to go ahead and click on OK and OK. This should be using Pi-hole now as my DNS server. So I'm going to go ahead and just minimize that because I might actually use it later. But if I go over to settings within my web interface, it does say that there was a problem applying my settings, something about a PHP error. And it doesn't look like I have PHP running on the machine, which I can easily add that in, but I'll take a look at that later. I'm going to click on DNS. And I see that I'm actually using a Google as my upstream DNS server, which is okay for now. I mean, it's not actually going to block everything. But for right now, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I don't see that there are any active clients. But if, for example, I open up my browser and I go to a site like, let's say, professormesser.com, what the site should be doing is blocking any ads and blocking connections to the site. It doesn't look like it's going to connect, which is telling me that I might have to make some changes to my DNS server. But this is how you would set up a Pi-hole. And this is how you can actually have it block ads from popping up on your browser. If you use a Pi-hole, if you set it up correctly, you can actually have it block ads from any pages that you visit. Now, there are some pages that you might use that will not allow you to block sites. So, for example, if you're streaming something, like let's say Hulu or Netflix or Max, they might not allow you to set up a Pi-hole to block ads because they might only work if ads are being shown to you, right? So that's just one thing to recognize whenever you're using a Pi-hole. It might actually not work correctly because the site itself might require you to not use some type of an ad blocking service like Pi-hole. Okay. But that's all I wanted to share with you all today. I know that I didn't successfully get this up and running because I know I probably need some prerequisites like PHP or like that FTL service to actually work. But other than that, I did want to show you that you can easily install Pi-hole. You can set it up as an ad blocking service. You can have it set up on your Ubuntu machine. And it's really interesting that a lot of the sites that are out there online do have a lot of ads, whether they pop up or whether they're just on the side of the page or on the left or the right or the bottom. A lot of times you might be on a site like, let's say, professormesser.com or canyoublockit.com or even sites like CNN.com. A lot of sites like that, they have a lot of advertisements on those sites. And if you want to not have those sites shown, use an ad blocking service like Pi-hole, and you can use it to block unwanted ads. Okay, so I'll go ahead and stop for today. That's all I wanted to show you. If you have any questions, please send me an email, and thank you for watching this video.